Hello, welcome to the first ever video for Super DisWiz World, where we cover here at DisWiz Dollars Nintendo, Pokemon, and everything in between. So, speaking of evolve and evolution, that's another aspect of Super DisWiz World playlist that I'm super excited as a lifelong Pokemon fan since the 90s who can remember Pokemania back in the 1990s. I'm super excited to bring Pokemon content and see how that evolves over time. See what I did there, Pokemon fans? I own every single main series Pokemon game, starting from the original Game Boy with Red, Blue, all the way up to present day with Scarlet and Violet. So I'm super excited for that aspect of the series, and then also what that means for Pokemon at Universal theme parks. And I think they're coming very soon to Universal theme parks, so stay tuned. And in today's video, we're going to be going over my recent visit to Super Nintendo World at Universal's brand new theme park, Epic Universe. Going to be teasing some of the Switch 2 unboxing and content that's coming out soon. And then also some of my Amiibo purchases, Nintendo Pokemon purchases. I am getting back into Pokemon cards for the first time since 1999. So stay tuned. And as always, hit like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Share with friends and family. Does help grow the community here at DisWiz Dollars. Now let's get into why Super Nintendo World is worth your gold coins. Let's go! Have you ever wanted to step inside Bowser's castle or maybe jump down a warp pipe like Mario and Luigi? Well, if that's you, Universal's Epic Universe at Super Nintendo World has you covered. From the warp pipes, stepping into Peach's castle, looking at all the Nintendo merch and food with Donkey Kong mixed in as well, you're going to feel like you've stepped out of the real world into the video games at Nintendo. And there's a lot of Easter eggs for all types of Nintendo fans, right? Whether you like Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, maybe even some Pikmin as well. This land is for you, and Universal Creative knocked it out of the park. So when I first walked into Super Nintendo World, you can go up 3 different ways. So I did the warp pipe. You have to do the warp pipe whenever you go to Super Nintendo World. It is just so nostalgic. Whenever you go up that warp pipe, you feel like you are in the video games. And it is fantastic seeing all the colors and the kinetic energy whenever you start going. As you go up and you come to the top of the warp pipe, as you take the escalator, there are also the pictures from Super Mario 64. My one complaint about that is there are strollers that are parked in front of it, so it kind of takes it away a little bit. But nonetheless, these pictures are just like if you got picked up and put into Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, and it's great. Honestly, I could sit there all day and just watch the pictures change and ripple. Pro tip, don't try to jump through those like on Super Mario 64. It won't work out well, and you might get banned from Universal, and we don't want that here at DisWiz Dollars. Step into Super Nintendo World out of Peach's castle. Oh my gosh, like it hits you with the Super Nintendo music, Mario themes. There's Petey Piranha, Yoshi's running around. There's all this kinetic energy when you walk in, and you feel 100% immersed into the Super Nintendo world. And honestly, Universal knocked it out of the park with that land. It is phenomenal, and anybody who says otherwise, they're really just lying to you, because honestly, in theme park lands rankings, there is a lot going on in there. There's a lot of great stuff, a lot of design and care. I could say one of the minor complaints from theme park nerds with that it is not really that different from the ones that have come before, such as the Universal Studios Hollywood Super Nintendo World, and also the one that's in Japan is really about the same. But nonetheless, this one is probably the biggest one out of all of them, and that's just because of the space that they have at Universal's Epic Universe being a brand new theme park. But when you first step through that warp pipe and out of Peach's castle, you are hit. You see Beanpole Mountain, you see Bowser's Castle to your left when you come up. Oh my gosh, and Toadstool Cafe. I didn't have a chance to eat there, so I will be eating there on my next trip. But it looks fantastic when I walked in there, and also the bathrooms are really cool and themed as well. So it feels like you're underwater, and I just always think of Dire Docks from the Super Mario 64 game. But yeah, when you first walk in, if you don't feel like you're in Nintendo, I don't know what's wrong with you, because that land, woo, man, it is wahoo, wah, 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 everything in between. And I love it. I can't wait to go back and visit and pick up my very own power up band, which they actually have amiibo functionality, which Nintendo amiibo, people think they know what they are. Honestly, I just now recently started getting into amiibo as the recording of this video around 2 years ago in 2023. And amiibos are really great because they're collectible little figures with in-game items, and then also unlocks collectibles as well, and they just look cool when you collect them as well. So I really enjoy amiibos. I'm really glad that the Switch 2 has continued to continue that legacy of amiibo. And then also, it's just a fun play on words. Amiibo is like Wii. You know, for us older folks, when who can remember when the Wii first came out, it would be we would like to play. So Amiibo and Miitopia, all of it's great. Some of the amiibos that I'm really looking forward to is the new Donkey Kong and Pauline figure that gets released with Donkey Kong Bonanza here in a few weeks as the recording of this video. So with my Switch 2, I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So make sure you like and subscribe to DisWiz Dollars Super DisWiz World playlist, so that way you can follow along, see if the Switch 2 is worth your money, see if the amiibos are worth your money too. So I really enjoy amiibos, and I can't wait to talk more about them as the series evolves. Epic Universe, there is the Mario Kart attraction. That's the main attraction, I would say. And that one is an AR experience where you set in an actual Mario Kart vehicle and you drive it and you're shooting shells. So what that means with an AR experience is it's augmented reality. So you do wear a visor on top, and then the lens part is actually magnetic that attaches to the front. Now, full disclosure, before I rode this attraction, I thought I was going to go in there hating it. Honestly, I ended up loving that attraction. If for any of my theme park fans, it's a lot like Toy Story Midway Mania. So there's a lot of interactivity to it and rewritability to it as well that I didn't expect. And can I just say, that queue when you walk through, it makes you feel like you are in Bowser's Castle in Super Mario Bros. And it is fantastic. The Universal creative team that helped design that queue and that land in general, they knocked it out of the park with this attraction and the queue, and I just love it. So what I ended up loving about the attraction most was the AR elements that are mixed in with the physical sets as well. I'll see if I can put in a video ride through from Universal Orlando if they allow that. Thank you very much, Mark Woodbury. But yeah, the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge attraction, I can't wait to go back and re-ride that one and experience the Yoshi Omni Mover attraction and do all the power up band things, because there are mini games throughout the land too. It's just, again, like I said, I ran out of time because the park was only open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I didn't have the early park admission. Also, the food around Super Nintendo World smelled phenomenal when I was there. Man, I typically was not that hungry when I visited 3 weeks ago. Just because it was like 95-degree heat outside and I got really overheated. So I had to stop for a little bit and just kind of sit down because I was starting to get the spins real bad. So pro tip, just kind of take breaks in the theme parks if you are there, especially in the summertime, because it does get very, very hot when you're in Orlando. So, but the food, I can't wait to go back and experience and do a full dining review of Toadstool Cafe, and also get that Donkey Kong banana sundae. I'll put a picture in so you can see it. Oh yeah, DK goodness. No visit to any theme park is complete without merch. And that's right, there is merch for days in these lands. Okay, so in the Super Nintendo World land, so the level up gift shop in Super Nintendo World is phenomenal. There's a lot of gears that go up top that make me think of Super Mario Land 2, Six Golden Coins. I just really enjoyed that game. That was actually my first actual Mario game that I ever played for the original Game Boy, believe it or not. And then I started to play through the Super Nintendo games, and then also the Nintendo 64 came out and it was like game over, no pun intended or pun intended. But the Level Up gift shop, there's a lot of merch. I love the headbands. I'm not a really a big headband person, but I might make an exception and buy the Yoshis or the little Boo headsets. They kind of look like, spoiler alert, the Mickey ears that you can get over at the competitive side at Disney. But a lot of plushies, a lot of Jack specific action figures as well. This store is just laid out great, and honestly, it's a must do whenever you visit Super Nintendo World. 10 out of 10 with the gift shop. So, in closing, I really enjoyed my visit to Universal Epic Universe and Super Nintendo World. It really did make me feel like I was going down a warp pipe, battling out with Bowser, and just feeling like I'm in the Nintendo video game series. So, Universal Creative really knocked it out of the park, and I'm excited to see what they do with the Legend of Zelda properties and then also Pokemon as Universal theme parks continue to evolve as time goes on. For all you Pokemon fans, you know what I mean. So, as always, hit like and subscribe if you like this type of content. It does help grow the channel and the community here at DisWiz Dollars. We've got a lot of different varied content coming out within the next couple of months. We have Jurassic July coming out. Stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for that unboxing. The How to Train Your Dragon live action toy unboxing is already out on the channel, so I'll go ahead and link that in the description as well. So make sure you stay tuned for all that. And as always, stay Disney, stay savvy, and I hope your money meets the magic today or whenever you're watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.